Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The art of letting go. How can we free ourselves from negative attachments? While letting go is essential for our inner peace, holding on to the past pains, toxic relationships, negative experiences, this can weigh heavily on our heart ikhwati fillah, and mind. And true freedom lies in trusting Allah, releasing burdens, focusing on personal growth. Allah reassures believers and says, وَمَن يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ بَالِغُ أَمْرِهِ قَدْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدْرًا. Whoever places his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will suffice him. Allah is enough for him. فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ بَالِغُ أَمْرِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala amr will reach where it has to reach. It is his decree. قَدْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدْرًا. Everything has a position. Everything has balance. So the ayah is a reminder that true detachment comes from surrendering to Allah's will. The heart that clings too much to people or worldly matters will never find true peace. For contentment is found only in trust and reliance upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However much we rely on people, on material, on worldly matters, we will not gain true peace. Contentment and true peace is when we rely upon Allah. And attachment is the root of suffering. When you attach yourself to worldly things, to people, and you attach 100%, you attach to those people, to material, that's the root of suffering. So letting go of negative attachments is essential for emotional and spiritual well-being. What is Islam's perspective on letting go? Detachment does not mean indifference or lack of care, no. Rather, it means trusting that Allah's plan is greater than any loss or hardship. Allah's plan is greater than any loss or hardship. Allah says in the Quran, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. 2 times. Al-Usr, it has Alful Lam. It means one hardship. So, whenever there is hardship, there are 2 ease. Every hardship which comes, there is ease after it. So, pain and hardship is temporary. Pain and hardship is temporary. Every challenge is followed by relief. Every challenge is followed by relief. Pain is never permanent. Number 2, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Forgiveness brings inner peace. He says, Allah, let them pardon and overlook. Would you not love for Allah to forgive you? Pardon and overlook what people are doing. Would you not want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or love for Allah to forgive you? Forgiving others helps to release emotional burdens. When we forgive, we hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive us. So we release those emotional burdens. At-tawakkul, reliance on Allah, relying on Allah, helps in moving forward. Inna Allah yuhibbul mutawakkilin. Indeed, Allah loves those who place their trust in Him. When you let go of control, you allow Allah's wisdom to guide you. You at-tawakkul ala Allah, you forgive, you rely on Allah, you let go of control. Now you allow Allah's wisdom to guide you. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ advised against dwelling on the past. He says, if something befalls you, do not say, if only I had done this or that. لو فعلت كذا وكذا. If I did this and this, it wouldn't happen. If I did this and this, this wouldn't occur. But say, قدر الله ما شاء وما شاء فعل. Allah has decreed and He does what He wills. قدر الله. This has happened. I've lost this. قدر الله. But bear in mind that we learn from our mistakes. Accepting fate prevents unnecessary sorrow. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ encouraged emotional detachment from material things. He says, be in this world as if you were a stranger or a traveler. كن في الدنيا كأنك غريب أو عابر السبيل. As a stranger or a traveler. So living lightly prevents attachment to temporary world matters. Don't attach yourself to this world because you're living soon. Focus on the future. Your future is al-akhirah. Our future is al-akhirah. Do not grieve over what has passed, nor rejoice excessively over what has been given to you. So balanced emotions prevent regret and arrogance. When we balance our emotions and we understand the essence, we understand that in this world, whatever we have, we may lose it tomorrow. What we're going through, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has better plans for us. So the psychological effects of holding on versus letting go. Research in psychology confirms that holding on to negative emotions causes, number one, increased anxiety and depression, chronic stress leading to physical illness, unhealthy attachment patterns in relationships, lower self-esteem, and emotional instability. That's when we hold on everything. On the other hand, letting go results in greater mental clarity and emotional balance. It results in healthier relationship, increased focus on personal and spiritual growth. Our iman grows. We focus on our personal growth. We focus on a lot of things. Our relationships, our marriage is healthier. A study published in Harvard Business Review states, people who practice emotional detachment and forgiveness have higher overall life satisfaction and lower stress levels. People who practice emotional detachment and forgiveness have higher overall life satisfaction and they have lower stress levels, which means letting go is both spiritual iman and psychological necessity. It's a necessity more than being a luxury. The question is, أحبتي في الله, how do we let go of negative attachments? It's a gradual process. It involves spiritual, mental, and emotional work. Spiritual, mental, and emotional. Purifying the heart, sharpening the mind, our mental, our spiritual, our iman. And these are steps. Number one is we recognize the root of attachment. Ask yourself, why am I holding on to this? Is it love? Is it guilt? Is it fear? Is it insecurity? We have to understand the attachment to anything temporary will eventually lead to disappointment. If we attach ourselves to anything which is temporary, it leads to disappointment. Number two, strengthen your tawakkul, trust in Allah. Recite Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Every day, 7 times, the morning and the evening. Allah is sufficient for us. And He is the best disposer of affairs. Repeat this when feeling anxious about letting go of a situation, of a person, or a material desire. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Hasbi Allah. La ilaha illa huwa alayhi tawakkaltu wa huwa rabbul arshil azim. Repeat this. Number 3, forgive and release resentment, Holding on to anger does more harm to you than the person who wronged you. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ forgave even his enemies. He says the strong person is not the one who defeats others in wrestling, but the one who controls himself when angry. So he forgave Hinda, who killed his own uncle. He forgave his own enemies. Number 4, cut unhealthy attachments gradually. If a relationship is toxic or causing harm, create emotional distance before completely cutting ties. If you struggle to detach from past memories, shift focus to new, healthier pursuits. Engage, number 5, in dhikr and positive self-reflection. Daily Quran recitation. Dhikr, we talked about dhikr in one of the episodes. He said, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This helps cleanse our heart of any unhealthy emotions. Self-reflection through reading, through dhikr, through journaling. This can help process emotions constructively. Number 5, focus on personal growth. Invest in learning. Learn and learn and learn. New hobbies, personal improvement instead of dwelling on past pain. Learn something new, a craft or anything. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ always focused on building a better future rather than lamenting the past. What is our future? Where am I heading? What do I want to become? Move on. Focus on the future. Rumi says, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. Don't resist changes that come your ways. Sometimes these changes are going to build you. They're taking you to a higher place. So let life live through you. Acceptance of life's changes leads to peace. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Most of our pain, it comes from clinging to things that no longer serve us. Sometimes there's a difference between imagination and reality. We may suffer in imagination more than in reality. The happiness of the heart lies in detachment from worldly illusions. The more we attach ourselves in this world, we attach ourselves to this world, our happiness goes. When we let go, we find our happiness. True contentment is found in the detachment of this worldly life. Letting go restores personal power and peace. Letting go at your workplace, everywhere you are. You let go of small conflicts, people what they're looking for. You let go a lot of things. It grants you power. It grants you peace. So letting go for a more peaceful life. Letting go of past pain, unhealthy relationships, worldly attachments. This is one of the most liberating and spiritually enriching actions. So when we surrender to Allah's plan and place full trust in Him, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. We surrender to Allah, Allah's plan, and place full trust, tawakkul in Him. We free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Imam Ibn Qayyim beautifully summarizes this. Imam Ibn Qayyim says, if you knew how Allah manages your affairs, your heart would melt out of love for Him. So trust Him, for His plans are better than your desires. Allahu Akbar. If you knew Allah manages your affairs, if you knew how Allah manages your affairs, your heart will melt out of love for Him. Subhanallah. So trust Him, For his plans are better than your desires. Allah's plans are better than our desires. May Allah grant us ease. Barakallahu fikum. وجزاكم الله خير. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.